Yes, I am wanting a keg. I haven't been on my phone all day, and I've just got on Twitter, seeing that Ronaldo's, well, it looks of it, is retiring this year, which all comes to a shock. Because some people think he was going to go on. Obviously, he is at the point where he shouldn't be playing really, but you know, and from the World Cup he wasn't that. And look, I'm a big Ronaldo, Messi. They're the two goats. They are the two goats. And for me, I don't argue. I don't argue which one's better. They all have why the bests. Why they're the best year in the world. Why the best of all time. So for me, Messi, Ronaldo are the two goats of football. There's no debate in that, and there's no debate in which one's better than the other. So I'm just gonna go with the goats. Poor Ronaldo obviously is retiring from football, which, well, by the looks of it, he is, which obviously is just sad. I grew up with him being at Real Madrid for the last couple of years, him also being at Juve, him moving back to Man United, and then going to where he currently is now, and that is Al Nassr. Obviously, he has completed football, in my opinion. He was completed football, you know went from a small tiny town and in a poor kid to playing for Sporting, Portugal's pretty much main team, then moving to Manchester United in one of the most dominant eras of Manchester United Football Club, then moving to Real Madrid and completing and winning the Champions League 3 times in a row, which I think they're the only people to ever do that for now. And being part of one of the best Galacticos teams of all time. The Ramos, Marcelo, Carvajal, Pepe, Casillas in goal. I think it was Casillas, yeah. Or Navas, Casillas, I think it was. Benzema, Modric, Gareth Bale. Who was the left winger now? Oh, what? Why? Modric, Toni Kroos. I keep forgetting Madrid's left winger at that time. Benzema. Oh, was Ronaldo? What? I'm so thick. Yeah, obviously, you had the absolutely amazing fucking team, which for me is one of the best teams or the best team of all time. The amount of stuff they won throughout that dominant period was unbelievable. Obviously, the manager Zinedine Zidane is currently going to be managing France, which is for me one of the best options to there. I think he's a brilliant coach with a brilliant mindset, with a brilliant, he's going to go attacking with Real Madrid. But obviously, back to Ronaldo. Ronaldo, obviously, he wants to hit that 1,000 goal mark, which I think he will do come the end of the season. I think he will definitely do that. I think if he just decides to retire, he said it himself, he's got plenty of stuff to do. For me, he'll either become a manager or become a pundit, or he'll do something. I think for me, I say for me, because of he is a leader, but I just know if he becomes a manager, it's going to be all about Ronaldo, because throughout Ronaldo's career and ever since he left Madrid, I think it's just all been about Ronaldo. And look, you cannot bypass the player he is. The player for me, isn't anymore. But he likes in Portugal. For me, the World Cup, last two World Cups, he's made it all about himself. Especially this World Cup. You see him wanting to take every shot, every free kick, and not letting the real, in my opinion, the people in their primes like Gonzalo Ramos having to shine, because Ramos, when he came on, he was brilliant. But Ronaldo took his starting position. And for me, I think in the next in the Euros and the World Cup, I think Portugal are doing way better. And I'm not passing what Ronaldo has done for his international team. He's absolutely fantastic for them. I just think come to the end of his career, he hasn't been as effective as he normally would in his prime. I think after that 2016 after 2018, you know, he in his prime, I do believe he got predominantly worse. You know, 2021 Euros, Portugal, I don't think he did that well. 2022, Messi obviously won it, the World Cup, but he failed to qualify, or not qualify, sorry, he failed to get to where he wanted to. And then, you know, the one thing that's always overcome Ronaldo was winning that World Cup. And for me, I would have loved to see Ronaldo win the World Cup, but for now, I don't, you know what, it will never happen. And there will be nothing against him. I think he has done as much as he can in his career. He's pushed himself to the absolute limit. And for me, if you're gonna name a trophy after anyone, it's gonna be Ronaldo or Messi. You know, there's gonna be trophies probably named after them. In honor of them, I think. Even when they're alive, because those are the two best players of all time, apart from Pele and Maradona. Obviously, so many great players that we've had along the years. You know, they've had trophies named after us. You know, but I think it's honestly, I think Messi is definitely next. Messi does it as well. He does it. You know, all about Messi. You know, he, like I say, I don't like Argentina. If Argentina goes, there has to be something that follows, something speculative, something controversial follows Argentina. In the last two World Cups, you've kind of seen that. You've kind of seen refs going towards them, refs missing blatant handballs, refs seeing so much fouls that really should have been committed. And for me, if all those fouls that Argentina did make, and they know they did make, when Messi would still have 0 World Cups, in my opinion. Because yes, he's a brilliant player. Yes, he can do absolutely amazing stuff on the ball, but I just don't think he would rule the fouling, you know. And even in the final, he was really petty. Cucurella sort of slightly kind of did this, where he was apparently covering his mouth, and Messi went straight over to really petty kind of stuff, you know, after Enzo Fernandez absolutely clattered, I think it was Pedri, if I'm not wrong, no, was it Kubarasi? One of the two that absolutely clattered him, which is awful tackle. And to be honest, I don't like Enzo Fernandez. Nobody likes Enzo Fernandez, in my opinion. I think he's one of the worst, most cockiest Chelsea player there is. You know, they got rid of one with Marc Cucurella, and I've heard his story. I see where he wears the hair, but he doesn't make his cockiness go away. He has a bit of cockiness around him. But Enzo Fernandez, obviously, he is another cocky bastard, which I don't want in the Premier League. He's so unbelievably cocky as well. And I think, especially the World Cup, where, you know, he does all these fucking celebrations, you know, that stupid thing with his, like, hand, he did this. And for me, I don't think... Pardon me. For me, I don't think he deserved to even be at the World Cup, in my opinion. He didn't deserve to be at the World Cup, didn't deserve to be there, in my opinion, because he is such, honestly, disrespectful Argentina were, you know, having the sign up, and still from this day, from where I am now, from recording, there has still been no like action towards it at all. And it clearly states in the rules of the FIFA that no political signage or no political religious signage should ever be on broadcasted TV. Shouldn't be presented in a football game, because it has nothing to do with a football game. And that's what they did blatantly. They did it. They got a sign from the fans. Blatantly did it. Went straight to the camera, showed it off, you know, and then, you know, obviously whilst doing that, you know, you had Romero shouting at Bellingham's face, trying to wind up the players again. Which honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Bellingham would have fucking whacked, and he did, to be fair, whack one of the youngsters. He should have just gone over there to Romero and just whacked him, because there would have been no consequences apart from a little fine, which I don't think Bellingham really cares about. He's minted. And also, you know, he didn't even play the last game. Which, but do you know, watching that last game though really just put into perspective how much attacking football, England need to play. England play to possession, and I've seen this for the last World Cup. Even in under two, we've been too much possession, just attack. We went against, okay, maybe not a strong, a very strong France team, but they're the best French players in the world against, a weaker England side. And if we put our performance like that against a sort of strong, technically B team against a B team France, we should be beating Messi's Argentina all day. And if we perform like that against Argentina, we would have won. But back to Ronaldo. That was a massive off track. But Ronaldo has done so much for the sport of football, showing everyone if you put the hard work in, you continue to do that, you continue, putting your time into the gym, eating healthy, doing all the hard work, never failing that mentality, you will get far. And he's such an idol for so many players, nowadays, for so many players currently, even players that are 5 years old. Everybody's Ronaldo and Messi are a household name pretty much. Most people know who they are. But Ronaldo over the years has shown so many people hard work beats natural talent, and that's what he's shown. And to be honest, he's such a, forget the cockiness, forget what he, all the stuff he's been. I genuinely just thank you for the stuff you've shown us, the absolute amazing moments, the absolute, one of the, winning those trophies, showing us what a kid from rags to riches can do, and Ronaldo has 100% done that. Obviously, also he's married to Georgina Rodriguez, happily married, obviously. Congratulations. But yeah, I do believe Ronaldo will have a very fantastic retirement. He will see the spoils of his hard work. And for me, I think he'll continue that hard work even through retirement. I think he'll go to the gym. He'll do as healthy as he can, and he'll have a long-lasting life. So yeah, thank you, Ronaldo. Thank you for creating moments. Thank you for creating thank you for being part of one of the greatest teams of all time. Thank you for introducing me to Dybala, one of the best wasted talents, in my opinion, of all time. Thank you for having that duo with Dybala. Thank you for having 2018's greatest Real Madrid team. Thank you for done it, and honestly everything. You've shown me and millions and billions of fans all over the world, in Saudi, in England, in Italy, in Spain, in Portugal, everywhere. Just in Russia, in just honestly most of the world. Just thank you. But I've been Wonny AK. So I'll see you in the next video, where I'm going to hopefully talk about transfers and the new season. The next video that's out should be about my Premier League predictions, hopes, who's going to shine for each team, who's going to sort of shine for each team, who's going to do fantastic, who's going to have a breakout season, who's going to win the certain trophies, Champions League, Conference League, Europa League, who's going to win the Champions League, who's going to win the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, La Liga, and stuff like that. I'm going to try and cover all the major top 5 leagues, who's going to win those, but also mostly do the English, and saying how Villa's going to do. I will give you one. It's windy outside. I will give you 20th place for me. Hull City. I've won EK. Peace.